Okay, says I'm live. Hi everybody, I'm back. Sorry for being a little bit later this time. Not feeling too good, but I'll definitely wait for a couple minutes just to kind of show you guys what the progress going on with these projects that I got working. And yeah, again, sorry about being late. I usually try to get this done a bit sooner, but I'm just kind of feeling a bit under the weather at the moment. But I'm still going to wait a little bit for you. So, okay. First one I'm going to work on is the chevron for a little bit, and then I'll kind of move on from there. Unless you think you got the chevron down pretty good, then I'll probably move on pretty quickly from that one since it's a pretty easy pattern. So just give me a second, and I'll go ahead and move the camera. Sorry about all the random spinning. This thing is a bit unwieldy sometimes. Okay. Okay, I hope that works. Yeah, I think you can see that all right. There we go. So yeah, I'll just weave on this one for a little bit and then move on to the other ones. Hopefully that's coming through okay. I know the video quality is a bit lower when I do the live streams, but at least the video gets uploaded right away with that. When I was editing, filming videos, then editing them and uploading them, it would, for some reason, it took forever to upload. So until I either get the software that I need or get better internet, I'm going to stick to doing live streams for now. But yeah. But yeah, feel free to ask any questions in the chat. I'll answer them the best I can. And for now, it'll be a pretty quiet video. Okay. Gosh, I'm not feeling too good. Even my fingers don't want to work well right now. Oh, man. It's because I'm working with the cotton thread instead of the regular acrylic. There we go. Okay. Okay, for those of you watching, this one's the chevron pattern belt that I started last week. Haven't really had a chance to work on it much more, so kind of pretty much picking up where I left off. And it's a pretty easy pattern to do. Not very difficult at all. Just start weaving from the middle and work your way toward the outside. Oh, it's raining outside. Just happy it's not snowing anymore. Where I was at, it was snowing about 2 weeks ago. That was fun to see in April. Okay. But yeah, you can kind of see how the chevron works, and as I weave outward, the threads replace the ones on the outside, making the pattern move inward. And that's pretty much how it works. Gosh, I've been having some problems with tendonitis in my left wrist, and it appears to be affecting my hand a little bit. So you have to excuse me if the left side takes a little bit longer to weave than the right side here. And there. go. Okay. All right. There we go. Okay, there we go. I think I can kind of get the idea here. So, yep, that's the chevron there. I'll go ahead and move on to the next one here. Finish up this one later. Finish up this pass later. I'm gonna just tie this off real quick. And moving right along. here. Okay. Next one up. Another one I've been working on for a bit. Just pull them all out of their bag here. They've all been sitting here for a bit. There you go. Yeah, this is the diamond. Where I left off last time was pretty much right at the end of the chevron where I crossed the threads in the middle and then started weaving from the outside in. Back to the acrylic yarn. Oh, it's a lot softer in comparison to the cotton, actually. Kind of an odd comparison there, but it's a lot softer. So yeah, I'll just start weaving from the outside in until this yellow band makes it to the outside edge, and then I'll switch it and start weaving in a chevron again to make the bottom half of this diamond. So that's pretty much how that works. Yep. The diamond in particular, I have a hard time actually keeping the threads a little tighter. So every once in a while, I'll separate the top from the bottom threads and just give them a quick tug just to tighten them up a little bit. So like that. See, there's the thread that I just wove across. And I'll just pull it a little bit. Give it some tension. And then I'll keep going. Mm-hmm. Okay. Almost there. Okay. Getting close. There we go. Come on, threads, agree with me here. And there it goes. Okay. Keeping going. You never realize how time-consuming weaving is until you actually film yourself or time yourself doing it. When you're just so used to doing it like I am, you just kind of weave for a while and you don't realize how much time has passed. But working on projects for commissions and other projects and the like, eventually you learn to time yourself and figure out how long it takes you to make a piece. That way you know how much it's really worth. Though, to be honest, I haven't really kept track of how much time I've spent working on these. Mostly because I really don't intend to sell them. I fully intend on keeping these ones. But while I make them, I figured if I can teach somebody else how to make one for themselves, it'd be worth the time. Okay, got the yellow all the way back out to the edge here. So you can kind of see that's the bottom of the last diamond here, which was a chevron. Crossed it, started weaving from the outside in, which made the stripe come outward. And now I'm back here. So basically all I'm going to do is I'm going to take the two last threads that I wove and I'm going to weave them back toward the outside, starting from the middle and working my way back out. Find the green one and weave it out. There we go. That one's out. Kind of get myself some tension here. Not too much though. Here. There we go. Okay. And then I basically just start doing a chevron again. And yep, that's the gist of the diamond pattern. One more pass here just to kind of cement it in. So I don't have to worry about it coming unraveled on me. Wrong way. That one goes that way. And then there we go. And that's what that looks like. Okay. That's 2 down. Whoa, going way out of focus here. Come on, come back. Thank you. You're welcome. Okay. All right. And we'll go back to the lightning pattern. Excuse me, as my little apparatus here comes off my table. There we go. Okay, so here's the lightning pattern. Okay. Trying to get myself a little attention here to work on this one. Here we go. Whoop, knocked my camera. And now the wire's in view. Give me a second, I gotta fix it. Okay. Hopefully that works. If I can get to come into focus. Come on, focus please. Oh gosh. Sometimes I have a love-hate relationship with this camera. It does not want to focus sometimes. Maybe if I pull it over this way? Yeah, I guess that'll work. I like that angle a bit better. I guess it's kind of more along the lines of what I'm looking at. Okay. So same thing as before. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Then I'm going to interlock. Then go to the 7th blue thread here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Pull that one through. Interlock it. And then keep going. Just finish the rest of the weave here. Jeez. All my projects are kind of getting all tangled up here. Give me a moment as I finish untangling these. That goes with that one. You go over here. You go here. So much yarn. Okay, there we go. Just pull that over here. Get this out of the way. Okay, there we go. Now I'm back. All right. So we got to here. That goes over. Pop that up there. Okay. And I'm going to go to the 6th thread. So I hit the orange bar here in the middle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Pull it through. Interlock. Weave on with the yellow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blue. Stop right before the last one that I did. Pull it through. If it'll let me. There we go. Interlock it. Like so. And then weave across like that. That goes over. That goes there. Go ahead and give the threads that you wove across interlocked a few tugs. It'll help tighten up the weave a little bit. You don't have to do a whole lot, just enough to kind of get everything to straighten out. You can also do it on these ones to help straighten things out. Here we go. One, 2, 3, 4, and 5. One, 2, 3, 4, and 5. One, 2, 3, 4. One, 2, 3, 4. Switch. Vera, no. Stop that. Excuse me as I yell at one of my other cats. He's being a jerk. All right. Okay. That's 1, 2, and 3. One, 2, and 3. Jump the gun a little. That's where I'm supposed to stop. The interlocking patterns aren't as boring as the other ones, I guess. You're always doing something with these one with the lightning and arrowhead patterns, whereas with the chevron and the arrow and the diagonal and for the most part the diamond, you're pretty much just doing the same thing all the time. These ones though, the one with the interlock, the patterns that I'm playing interlocking, these ones force you to remember where you're at. I guess that's the best way to put it. So let's 1, 2. One and 2. And keep going across. Alrighty, almost done with this pass. Thread keeps catching on my mouse and making me move it. I'm just about to put this. There we go. Okay. Now the threads are pretty much back to where they started. And you can see there's another part of the lightning pattern done. Okay. For those of you working on interlocking patterns for the first time, keeping a consistent weave may be a little bit difficult for you just because of all the interlockings. I know that for me it was kind of hard, and that interlocking patterns, they kind of tended to be a looser weave for me until I got used to them and had more practice with them. And after a while, you just kind of get the hang of it and start getting a pretty tight weave. So it's nothing a little practice can't fix. Okay. So there's the lightning pattern. I'm going to go ahead and move on to the arrowhead now. All right. Just get this tied off so it doesn't come unraveled. There we go. Close enough. Slide that off there. And good old arrowhead. Start back up with this one again. Oh yeah, pretty much what I said before. Arrowhead is pretty much a combination of lightning and chevron. You start weaving from the inside out, and you employ the interlocking that you use in the lightning to make your arrowhead. Get this tightened up a little bit. Kind of loosened up a little after being stored. There we go. So I've got one more blue here, but that's easy to fix. This is just going to get woven across real quick. Looks like I didn't quite complete my last pass the last video that I worked on this, so let me just get this set up real quick. All right, there we go. All the colors are back where they started. As soon as I get everything tightened up a little bit here. There we go. Okay. Let's see how many threads do I got here. 2, 4, 6. Okay, so it's 12 threads. Now, I do my arrowhead a little bit differently. I mean, I'm sure there are others who do it the same way as I do. But so I can have that little bit of separation between one arrowhead and the next, like you see here. Normally with arrowheads, you just go out half the number of threads that you have. Like you see here, I have 6 white threads here. So you would weave out to the 6th blue thread and interlock and then go across. I go to the 7th and then do that because I like having that little separation between the arrowheads. You don't have to do it. It's just a personal preference of mine. But that's kind of a general rule of thumb of arrowhead pattern is that when you're weaving from the middle out like this, however many threads that you have for your arrowhead, take half that number, and that's the thread that you interlock with in in your secondary color. But I usually go one extra because I like having just that little tiny bit of separation there. So for me, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So yeah, I switch with the 7th so that I can, with the 7th thread out, so I can get that separation between the arrowheads. You can do it on the 6th, and then really the only difference would be is that the arrowheads would probably look like they were more touching each other. You wouldn't have the separation in the pattern. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. knots, switch it, then you weave the rest of the way across. There we go. Okay, and then from here on, it's counting threads, basically. So, as soon as I hit the blue, I'm going to count to the 6th one this time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6. Pull through, switch it, and then keep weaving across. If you have any questions, let me know. I'll answer them as best I can. Or if you want me to go back to a pattern that I worked on a little bit earlier, let me know and I'll do a quick review of it. For those of you who just tuned in, this is the arrowhead pattern that I'm working on. Other patterns that I worked on tonight were the chevron, the diamond, and the lightning. If you want me to go back and review those, please let me know in the chat, and I will hop back to them real quick and kind of do a quick run through the pattern for you. Good. Also, let me know if I'm weaving too fast. I tend to get into the zone and then just kind of take off. So if you need me to slow down so you can see what I'm doing, please let me know. Go. Oh, crap. Threads starting to get really tangled down there. some major detangling on these threads when I'm done. Okay, so go there, switch it. Keep weaving the rest of the way across. Oop. 2, 3. Yeah. I'm really stuck this time. Oh boy. Time for some detangling. Come on, there we go. Jeez. Where'd you go? There we go. There it is. Okay, there we go. So just about near the end of that one now. I'm just going to take these last 2 blues that popped up and weave them all the way out to the outside. Oh, jeez. This one got really tangled up. This one, okay. Excuse me as I fight with this for a second. It's another downside to the interlocking patterns. They tend to get very tangled very quickly. There we go. Now I got what I needed. Okay, there we go. Take that off. And there you go. That's one full pass of the arrowhead pattern. Take a look there. Are you doing a diamond pattern right now, Travis? Okay. Okay. All right. So that is that one. There you go. That one's coming along. That one's coming along pretty good. I like how that one's turning out. Need to work on my tension a little bit, but I think that's about the only thing wrong with it. Okay, there we go. All right. Well, I got a little bit of time here. I'm going to show you one other project that I actually found that I haven't finished yet. I have way too many of these that I started and haven't finished. It kind of happens. You see a color combination that you like, and you gotta try it out, and then you just forget about it for a bit. But this one's one I've been working on for quite a while now. I think you'll like this one. This one's a more advanced pattern. I've been kind of taking it with me around and working on it whenever I can. Pass through here real quick. There we go. Me and my makeshift clamps here. Take this off real quick. So this one, I don't know if you can see the pattern very well. But when I first learned it, and this was a pattern that was in the very, very first book that I ever learned from. In that book, they called it a double lightning. So I don't know if you can see it very well, but there is the lightning pattern here and the lightning pattern here. This one, I mean, it's beautiful, but it also takes a while to work on. So I'm going to go ahead and run through this one real quick. Not just because I wouldn't mind showing you how it works, but also because I need to remind myself how to do it anyway, and I might as well do it now on camera. Because this is a piece that has been unfinished for, oh gosh, 2, maybe 3 years. Thank you, D. Sanchez. Yeah, this one's been unfinished for several years, and I really just need to get around to working on it every now and then. But yeah. But this is the double lightning pattern. Another name it's also known by will also be the assumption sash pattern. This is a smaller, more toned down version, I suppose you could say. Mostly because it only has one lightning in it, whereas an assumption, let's see. I actually think I have it with me up here in my sample. Yep, here's my sample. This is my sample assumption one I did for a school project years ago. Get these two cameras side by side so you can see. But yeah, as you can see, this one only has one lightning. This one has 2. And frankly, they can have a lot more than 2. I've, throughout researching the pattern, I have seen assumption sashes with as many as 6, 7, 8 different lightning bolt colors in them. And I'm going, I about went mad just working on this one. Imagine doing that many colors. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Aside from being a little bit crazy where interlocking is concerned, it's actually, once you get the hang of it, it's actually not that bad. So let's see, where did I leave off on this one? Oh, hey, that's helpful. Okay, so I already did first part of that. So that should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, so I went to the 6th thread out. But yeah, the double lightning works similar to the arrowhead pattern. You start weaving from the inside, from the middle, and you work your way out. And then I went to the 6th thread of the color that was my lightning, interlocked it, weaved out to the 6th thread of the outside color, interlocked it, and then weaved out. So this pass will be the 5th thread. So after that one, okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Pull that through, switch it, move out to the next color. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Pull it through, interlock it. If I can get this to agree with me here. And 1, 2, 3. Well, actually, you don't have to worry about counting it there because once you've interlocked it, you just weave out to the end. And then just pull that through. Whoop. Bumped my camera. I'm sorry. And there we go. There's that. Just pulling the threads a little bit, tighten it up. And then you go back to the middle and you do the exact same thing on the other side. So it's basically 2 lightning patterns side by side, only when you're weaving toward the other side, which for me it's when you're moving from right to left, it's, it's just a little backwards, but that's it. It's the same thing. So that's 2 threads, 3, 4, go out to the 5th one here because my previous pass I went out to the 6th. Pull that through, switch it, weave over to the next color. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pull through, switch it, and then, and then you weave all the way up to the end. Oh yeah. This one's one of those pieces where I'd work on it for a little bit and then I'd put it down and I'd start something else and then I'd forget how to do it. And then I had to reteach myself how to do it all over again. And so, yeah, that's just been going off and on for the past few years. But nice thing about weaving, at least for me, is that it's kind of like riding a bike. Once I learned how to do it, I just kind of never forgot how. I usually am able to figure out what it was that I did, and then I'm able to just keep going with it. So yeah, before moving on to any of these patterns, like the assumption pattern here, I do recommend getting very familiar with lightning and arrowhead, because for a lot of the more intricate, larger patterns, the assumption, which I just showed you, the flame pattern, and the Acadian, they use the skills that you learned in those techniques very heavily. So you'll want to get very familiar with the lightning and the arrowhead before you move on to those. I didn't get as familiar as I would like to be before moving on to those. I just kind of pushed myself forward after only doing maybe 1 or 2 pieces in those patterns, and it was a learning curve. I can tell you that much. Oh gosh, it took me a little bit to get used to the pattern, but once I got the hang of it, it wasn't that bad. Was I tempted to scream out in frustration and throw it across the room a couple times? Yes, I was. Okay, there. There it goes. But yeah, I just thought I would pop this one out and show it to you, since it is a piece that is in progress. And I did tell you that when I was working on when I did the live streams, I would just be working on pieces that I was previously working on. I actually do not crochet that much. I tried crochet when I was younger, like early mid-teens. Didn't actually take to it very well. I actually took to this a lot better than crocheting. I did try it though. I can't say I didn't try it. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, here we go. I hope you guys can see this okay. I know the video quality is not the best with the live streams, but for now it seems to be the easiest way to get these videos out for you guys to look at, for you to get an idea of the patterns. And again, if you need me to go back and review a pattern real quick, please let me know, and I'll go back and work on that piece for a little bit so you can kind of see what I'm doing with it. Oop. Almost missed my stop. Here we go. Okay. Two. Okay, there we go. It's also another problem with working on pieces with such long intervals in between. Matching up the tension that you were working on them with. Gosh, this one's going to be so lopsided when I'm done. But I think it'll eventually stretch out and even out over time as I wear it, and then no one will know the difference. There we go. 1, 2, pull through, switch it, keep going. Wrong way. There it goes. Need to remember which way it needs to go. I'm kind of tired. It's almost midnight where I'm at. One more pass. And I think that's it for this one for now. Yep. Yeah, I kind of tend to stay up late on the weekends. And I think after that, there we go. Okay. Finish this row. And I think I'm going to call it a night. Okay, and there we are. Okay, there's that. Oh, goodness, man. Go to bed. Why are you staying up so late? All right, so there we go. Yep, that's that one. Tie that off for later. And I'm actually on the second half of this one, so I'm going to go ahead and pull this through to the middle so you can kind of see what that looks like if I can get it to focus. There we go. So this is the middle. This is where everything was set up. So after I finished weaving one side, I took out the dowel rod, undid the loops, and then started weaving the other. So it makes this pattern in the middle. Yeah, this is, I think it's, don't quite remember what it's called, but I think it's called the bullseye, or there's another term that they call it. I don't remember what it is at the moment. But yeah, with the interlocking patterns of the arrowhead and the lightning patterns, the middle part often is what I think is sometimes the prettiest part. Go ahead and pull this out real quick. Oh, come on. It would help if I took those off. But yeah. There you go. You can kind of see that. Maybe a little bit better. Okay. Diamond pattern, you'll run into those. I guess it depends on how many threads you're crossing in the middle before you start weaving from the outside in. Here's my diamond here. I'll show you real quick. So I mean, you'll get them. You'll get the little slits here like I do. But what helps kind of get rid of them a little bit is to take your middle threads and cross them in the middle. That sounds a little redundant now that I think about it. But when you reach the bottom of your chevron, I just take the 6 threads that are the closest to each other and interlock them together. Yeah. With the lightning though, I actually do not have a hole in the exact middle because that's kind of more like the middle of it kind of acts more like the transition between it's kind of like this right here when you switch over from weaving from the outside in to the inside out. So in the very middle of this one, there is no hole. On the outside though, I do have a couple of slits from where it switched. But most of the time, I mean, unless you pull it apart, you're not going to see them. So yeah, the slits in the diamond, I haven't figured out how to get rid of those yet, to be honest. I'm sure there's a way to get rid of them. I haven't figured it out yet. Anybody watching, if you know how to get rid of those, I would be very happy to know because I don't know myself. But about the best that I can figure is try to make your weave as tight and even as possible, just so that everything kind of smushes together in the middle so that you don't see them as much. That's about the advice. That's about the only advice that I can give for that. Other than that, I think there's probably something out there that helps you get rid of those slits, but I'm not quite sure what it is. I haven't found it yet. But if I do, I will definitely make a video about it, and I will definitely let you guys know. So, yeah. But, oh, yeah. But if there aren't any more questions, I'm going to go ahead and call it for the night. And I will see you guys same time next week. If you have any questions about other patterns, I'll see if I can go ahead and leave a comment below. And I will see if I can get examples of those set up so you can see them. But yeah, I'm going to pop this up here so you all can see my face. If I can get my camera to agree with me. Here we go. But yeah, hopefully that was helpful for you guys. Yeah, I'll see you guys sometime next week, Friday night, hopefully, as usual, if I'm not dead tired from work. And comments below, I'd greatly appreciate them. If you guys want to know something or if you have any suggestions to just make the process easier, I'm always willing to try out new things just to see how something works. So yeah, I'm going to call it a night for tonight. We'll see you guys next week. Toodles.